Okay, so for this next tutorial we're going to go over how to make an automatic weapon inside our level. So at the minute whenever we press fire it probably shoots out a yellow ball and you have to keep on repeatedly hitting the mouse button for it to fire. What we want to have though is when we fire it, it's for automatic, okay? We're also going to shoot out these rays from the gun, and these are going to simulate where our bullets are going to hit, and we can do cool things with that, so we can find out where it's hitting, what it's hitting, and then determine what we can do from there. So to get started, we're going to go into our My Character blueprint, and we're going to go to this Spawn Projectile section, okay, which probably looked a bit like this here. Okay, this is where it was spawn a projectile and was making a transform from that there and stuff. But we're going to get rid of most of that, and what we're going to do is we're going to keep the input action, and if you have already made a branch to check your current ammo, then we're going to do that as well. We're going to keep that. The rest of it you can just delete. So the first thing we're going to do then is we're going to make two custom events. Okay, I'll just move these across. So the first custom event, make sure context sensitive is on. So add custom event, we're going to name that fire. Okay, and from that there we're going to pull out set timer. Alright, and in this set timer we're going to call on a function name called fully auto. We've not made that function yet, but that's what we're going to call upon. A function name called fully auto. We're going to call upon it every 0.1 of a second, and it's going to be looping. We're also going to make another custom event, and this is going to be called fire stop, and this is going to call a clear timer function, okay, which is basically going to clear the fully auto. Okay, so just make sure again that name is capital F fully auto in there. And then from our branch, what we're going to do is from the true one we're going to pull out fire stop. From the released in the input action, that is also going to connect to fire stop, and the false is going to call our ammo decrease function, and it is also going to call our fire custom event that we've got over here. So it just means that when we press, it's going to check how much ammo we have. If it's less than 0.5, it's going to fire stop, so it's not going to fire. But if we got more ammo, okay, it's going to decrease our ammo and it's going to fire the gun. Also, when we release the mouse button, okay, it is also going to stop fire. So that's how that all connects up. So now we've got to make our fully auto function. So click new function, call it fully auto, okay, capital F, make sure that there's no spaces or anything like that there. And the function is pretty complicated, but we're going to go through it step by step. So we've got our start node here, okay, and what we want to do is basically grab our rifle from here, so we're going to get that, and from that there we're going to pull out child actor, so get child actor, and from that there we're going to type in cast to well, mine's is sniper rifle BP, whatever you've called your gun BP, okay, it could be assault rifle BP, it could be a handgun BP, whatever you've called it, and we're going to get that. So the fully auto function is going to connect directly into this cast 2, and we're going to come off in two streams, okay, so I'll probably take the first top one to start off with, and then we'll move along to the bottom part, which kind of connects up to the top part as well. So from this cast 2 sniper we're going to pull out and we're going to play a sound at location, okay. So the sound that I've done is just the assault rifle one, so whenever you're holding down the fire it's just going to repeat that sound. Location we don't need or anything like that. You can go into the pitch and stuff like that and attenuation settings if you want to, but I'm just going to leave it like that. From that there we're going to pull out a montage play. The target, you're going to have to get your mesh 1p, okay, we're going to get that, and we're going to pull out from this here get anim, and you'll notice it's not there. What you have to do is turn off context sensitive, and you've got get anim instance then, so that's what we're going to use, get anim instance, and that's going to play or plug into target, and your montage play is going to be the fire, okay, so fire montage. It'll probably be the top one. If not, just put in fire_mon and it should come up, okay. So that's it plugged in. From the montage play we are going to spawn an emitter at location. Okay, we've not made the well, there is an emitter already, so we're going to spawn an emitter at location. Just pull that out. Location, don't worry about that yet. The emitter template, if you put in assault rifle muzzle flash, there it is there. That's the one I've used. Auto destroy, make sure that's on. Spawn projectile as well, we're going to pull this out and we're going to spawn actor. So if we pull that out, spawn actor from class. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. The class we've not made yet, so we're just going to leave that for now. And then the last one that we're going to pull out from this is the line trace. So if you pull this out and type in line trace, okay, what you want is this line trace by channel, not the multi one or line trace for objects, line trace by channel. And that's going to start and end time. And then finally from that there, we're going to pull out from our out hit, okay, break hit results. And that can give us a lot of cool functionality for this line trace, depending on where it hits and who it hits. Okay, so a few things that we have to do. We've got to make a projectile, which is easy. We're going to do that in a bit. But for now, we're going to go and concentrate on this bottom section. So back to the start of this, what we're going to do is from as sniper rifle BP, remember yours might be as assault rifle. So we're going to type in skeletal and we can get skeletal mesh 1, okay? So we can get that there. And from that skeletal mesh 1, we want to pull out and get socket location. So we type that in. And remember, we've got a socket on our gun called muzzle flash. It's capital M. So remember to type in muzzle flash there. And we're also going to pull out from this skeletal mesh 1, get socket rotation. So that's location and that's rotation. To start off with, our location is going to plug directly into the location for spawn emitter at location, okay? So that's going to go right in there. It is also going to go into the line trace by channel start part, okay? So that's going to be our start. So the get socket location goes into the spawn emitter at location, so that's where the muzzle flash is going to spawn from at the muzzle flash. And our line trace is also going to start from that location. Okay. So from this return value, also we're going to pull out and we're going to make it transform. Alright, so we're going to have that. Because our spawn actor needs not only a location, but it needs location, rotation, and scale, we've got to make this transform. So we're going to pull this, make transform. Our rotation value is going to come from our get socket rotation, and the scale value is just going to be 111. Okay, and that return value is just going to go directly into spawn transform in our spawn actor from class. Okay, mine says projectile there. That's because I've just put my class in there. If I didn't have a class, it would just say spawn actor from class. So from our get socket rotation, we're also going to have a get forward vector. So basically in our line trace, we've got a start position. When we press fire, we want that to project out into the scene. So that's why we're getting a get forward vector. Okay, so that's going to come from the rotation, and the return value is going to be multiplied by a float, which is going to be 5,000. So when you pull this out, type in float, and you've got vector multiplied by vote or float, and that's going to be 5,000, or it might be 50,000. 50,000. So that means it's going to travel 50,000 units from this, or in that forward direction. Okay, but we're going to add that. Okay, so we're going to pull this out. We're going to type in vector, and we're going to go vector plus vector. Okay, so that's what we want, vector plus vector and addition. And we're going to add this here with our return value from get socket location. Okay, and then that is going to plug directly into our end value for line trace by channel. And that is it done. Okay, I'll just skim over that just in case you want to see any of it. So the last thing that we have to do is we've got to find a class or create a class for this projectile. So if we go back to our prototype web folder and search for tracer, you'll see that there is a assault rifle tracer. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to right click that and create a blueprint using, I've already made one. So if I go to Brian and gun, so I've just named mine's projectile. So in the component section, what you're going to see is basically this root tracer. Okay, so that's going to be yours. It's going to disappear because it's made out of a particle effect, so it does have a lifespan which makes it disappear after a while. You can just switch between your graphic components and get it again. The first component that we want to make is projectile movement. So if you add component and type in projectile movement, you'll find this. And all we want to change in there is initial max speed. Change those to 7,000 each, and make sure that your initial velocity in local space is turned on. Okay. The next thing what we want to do is add in a capsule. So add component capsule. Okay. And you've got to resize this so it fits around your tracer. What I did is, if you want, you can just copy these figures off mine. So location are these figures, rotation are these figures, scale is the same, and then capsule half height here under shape is 54 and capsule radius is 3. And if you follow these figures, it should marry up to what I have here. Okay, it's just a bit awkward to kind of constantly switch between these two. So in the graph editor, what we want to do is right click the capsule, add event, add on begin overlap. Okay, so we've got a begin overlap for a capsule, and basically all we want to do is plug that into destroy actor. So whenever it overlaps with anything, it's just going to destroy the actor. We're also going to make an event begin play, and that's going to plug into a delay of 2 seconds, and that is also going to plug into destroy actor. So if it doesn't hit anything, so it's flying through the air for 2 seconds, it's also going to destroy itself. But you can change that to a longer time as well, especially if you have a sniper rifle and you've got like a long range target. And all you have to do is compile and save that. Go back into my character tab under fully auto and choose that projectile class. Okay, so I'm just going to search for it, projectile, and there we go, projectile. Compile, save. And now when I shoot, you can see my projectiles coming out and the line traces. Those line traces, I forgot to say, if you want to make them visible in your level, just to debug to start off with, under the line trace by channel, just make sure the trace channel is visibility, and draw debug type is set to for duration. Okay, and that should be okay.